NFL playoffs are here, and this matchup on Wild Card Weekend is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Steelers and the Browns on Sunday night.
Along the shores of Lake Erie, the Dog Pound already in full roar. We welcome you to Huntington Bank Field here in downtown Cleveland. Tonight, the third of three on this Wild Card Sunday. It's our visitors and the Cleveland Browns. Playoff football has arrived. Good to be with you. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, partner, best time of the year. It starts with Super Wild Card Weekend, 3 days, 6 games, and this matchup as good as any of them.
Yeah, and really, it's so funny, Mike. We watch these regular season games all year, and it just seems like there's no way the intensity and the competitive spirit could ever be higher. But there is just something different about playoff football in the NFL. You can feel it in the stadium. You can sense it down on the field in pregame. Both these teams have had this as their #1 goal all year. Make it to the playoffs. Everybody has a shot, and we're about to kick this thing off and get rolling.
Third and final of the games today, this Wild Card Sunday. It might be the best of the bunch. And off we go on EA Sports. The Cleveland offense set to take the field for the first time. They'll be led by the man from North Carolina, 6'4", quarterback Drake May.
I remember talking to him earlier this season, Mike, and he emphasized the importance of winning their division. That guarantees you host at least one playoff game. Well, that goal, that's been reached. Now, they have their sights set on something even bigger. But to accomplish that, they're going to have to take advantage of this opportunity right here in front of them. That starts by doing whatever it takes over these next couple hours to extend their season by 1 more week. This defense wanted to come out early in this game and take the fight to the offense, and boy, did they ever set the tone on the very first play, keeping that carry to no gain.
Check, Panther! Hey, hey!
Throwing on second down, May. He finds Austin with the grab.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
He manages to get the throw away and completes it.
Sometimes that's all it takes. Just that little extra second you allow your wide receiver to continue to work open by the ability to move the pocket. Buy time with your feet, but remain a passer.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
Let's go! Set go!
They bring Chase in motion. To throw on 1st down is May. Looking to set up the screen there, but he decides not to force it, and it's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
Well, I think it's pretty clear what the week's plan was, and that was to get the quarterback in a rhythm right out of the gate. You got to imagine as the game unfolds, they'll sprinkle in some runs. But so far, it's been their passing game to get this game started, and that last one results in a 1st down.
Here's a 2nd and 9. Working out of the gun, it's May. This one grabbed by Austin.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
Play 8 of the opening drive coming up And now they face third down. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. That's into the hands of Wicks. He's got it. And will move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
That is into the hands of Wicks. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll come up now for second down and 4. Here's May again. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
Third and short, and here is May. This one caught at the 4. And they're going to have enough to convert here. And it sets up first and goal.
What an impressive drive this has really been, and it's a combination of big plays and third down conversions. Now after that last third down pickup, it's first and goal. They got a chance to finish this really impressive drive and come.
It is brought in the end zone. Dontavian Wicks. Touchdown, Cleveland. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
The kick is good, but there are penalty flags down. They might have made contact
Personal
with
foul.
the kicker too
Roughing
late.
the kicker. Defense.
So now, after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. The Steeler offense ready to take the field for the first time. They're led by their man at quarterback out of the University of Florida. It's Anthony Richardson.
Getting your team to the playoffs, Mike, that's a massive accomplishment for any quarterback. But if he wants to take them on a deep run, can he find the balance of playing mistake-free football while also maintaining that aggressive approach that has gotten them here in the first place? It's certainly not going to be easy. This place is going to be rocking, and their opponents, they have championship aspirations of their own. But as long as he doesn't let the moment get too big for him, his team's going to have a shot to move on to next week. Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Second down throw for Richardson. Now he'll run. You can't beat a running quarterback. Gain of 16 and a first down.
Mike, the defensive line rush plan is critical when you're playing quarterbacks like this. You have to keep him contained in the pocket, because the second he gets out of the pocket, we can see what happens.
Richardson to throw it here on first down. And that one just kept getting worse and worse until finally they bring him down.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Throwing on second down, Richardson. Open man, the tight end, straight down the field.
After that first down sack, I think we both kind of looked at each other and said, all right, well, there goes this drive. But a really nice job there in the passing game on second down. That big chunk brings them from second and long to now at least third and manageable.
From the gun on third down, Richardson. He's got his man down the field. It is a big completion. And he will score. Touchdown, Steelers. What a luxury to have in an offense, a tight end who can take it down the field like that and take it the distance. Shades of Greg Olsen back in the day.
Well, I appreciate that, Mike, but I think it's clear by now that we all know what's the most impactful position on offense. It's the tight end. And when you have a guy like this who can not only make those difficult catches underneath, but who can get down the field for these big plays, man, you got yourselves a weapon.
Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Out of the gun, here's May. Gonna get that complete to Jamar Chase. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup. Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Up the middle they go. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is 1st down.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on 2nd down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the 1st down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. The big fella, Quinnen Williams, forcing his way in for the sack.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
It seemed there was a bit of a busted coverage in the secondary, and I think that's what led that receiver to be so wide open. And that's a ball that just needs to be put on him. It doesn't have to be a perfect throw. It doesn't have to be thrown on the money. Just make it catchable and take advantage of that opportunity.
And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. Pinero's kick is good. And the Browns will break our tie and take a 10-7 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. He fields it at the 8. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Steelers offense ready for their 2nd possession. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides. This drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Running for the first time with Javonte Williams. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
The integrity of the defense, Mike, is based on every defender holding their gap. That's exactly what we saw out of this defensive tackle. Not only did he hold his gap, he's able to shed his block and make the play.
On second down, Richardson gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's going to be close to a first down, up to the 34.
Well, there's not a lot to this route. Man coverage, and you got a drag route. Give him a little something off the line, and go. Win with speed. Good, accurate ball on the front shoulder pad. Allows him to pick up the rest after the catch and leads to a big gain.
And that's going to be enough to move the chains. First down, up past the 35.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
Nice gain on first down, but the penalty flags come in.
Holding.
And the question
Offense.
now, will the play stand?
Let's go. Three.
A give. This is Irving. A modest gain. Maybe 2 yards. It's second down. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. Richardson to throw. Now, screen set up for Irving. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
They'll come up here, first and 10.
Here we go. Cowboying. 18, Pioneer.
Here's Richardson. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
From the gun, Richardson. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with third down.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
19, Lions. Go.
Out of a shotgun, Richardson. He's got his man, right side, it's complete. His second catch of the drive, this one good for 15 and a first down.
Throwing a comeback route against zone coverage, it could be a little bit tricky. Remember, in zone, the defender's eyes are on the quarterback. So if your receiver doesn't sell that right and this ball's not thrown on time, you're going to end up watching that defender take this thing back the other way.
Unbalanced look here to the right side on first and 10. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's first and goal.
A couple of big plays, one after the other, and now it's first and goal.
Buffalo 18.
They send Godwin in motion. So here's a chance to take the lead going into the locker room. It's first and goal. Here's a run to the 5-yard line. Second and goal. They'll send a tight end in motion. Here's the give up the middle with Williams. And he got half of what he needed from the 6 to the 3. Big play coming up. Third and goal. Now Richardson. Quick throw here is complete. The Browns going to use the first of their timeouts here. It'll come with 36 ticks left on the first half clock. On for the field goal now, it's Brandon Aubrey. This, about as short as you can get. Aubrey's kick is good. And the Steelers will level the score at 10 apiece.
You know, I think it's safe to say here, Mike, as this offense leaves the field, they wanted to stay out there and go for it. But I think in this case, the coach is playing the long game. He understands that these 3 points now can end up being very valuable as this game moves along.
The Browns offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. They'll see if they can go about breaking our tie. We're all even at 10 as this drive begins, first and 10.
Ready, break. Come on, set. Ready.
Now, May. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10.
Here we go, set. Chop alert.
Throwing now is May. He'll go left side here and complete this one. 6 catches for him in the ball game now. And this one's good for a first down.
Ready.
Working out of the gun. It's May. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. They're at the 17-yard line now for first and 10.
Let's go. Set go.
To throw again is May. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call. I know this play results in an incomplete pass, but I think this is a really good job by the quarterback. His clock was going off. He felt that rush. He had no immediate target to go to with the ball. Instead, throw it away. Don't take the sack. Live for another day.
Here we go.
Throwing on third down is May. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Got to give a lot of credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was plenty of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. I thought the protection was actually pretty solid. But at the end of it, there was just nowhere to go, and he had no choice but to just throw that ball away.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Browns going to take the lead. It's now 13-10.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
And this one is fielded in the end zone. Will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. They're just going to run it here up the middle. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on first down. So we are at halftime here in the AFC wildcard matchup, as we'll get you down to Orlando now. That's where the coach is, Jonathan Coachman, and our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. This, the last of our 3 games on this wild card Sunday. Again, one more to follow tomorrow night as we wrap up an exhilarating 3 days of super wildcard weekend. We just watched a fine first half out of this quarterback. That's Drake May. He connected on a touchdown pass in that first half, and that's a big part of why his guys lead at the break. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this second half. Coming up. From the 6, here comes a return. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Steelers offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They'll do so with 1st and 10. They're going to motion the tight end over here. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. Up the sideline, past midfield. And he'll be out of bounds, but they move it down to the 25-yard line. A big one there to start the second half. It's a gain of 49.
Well, I'm not sure you're going to find a better example of just pure speed in the open field than that run right there. I mean, when he got past the first wave, you got the sense that he might just be able to outrun everybody on the field.
Let's go now. Go.
Quickly to the outside and complete. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
The timing of these RPO concepts, that's the entire key. Remember, Mike, in the college game, they get a 3-yard window that they're allowed to be downfield even on a forward pass. That's not the rule in the NFL. These decisions have to be made quickly. If not, even after a good pickup, you could be coming back due to a flag.
To throw, it's Richardson. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down. On the handoff, it's Irving. And the Steelers are going to have 1st and goal coming up We're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
They've got it at the 8, first down and goal. And now movement up front. This crowd is making it tough down deep in the red zone. Now it is 1st and goal. Off the play fake, it's Richardson. And they get to him and finally bring him down. It will go down as a sack.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. This defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
They send Godwin in motion. Looking to throw. Richardson. Hit as he threw it. The pass is incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Throwing here on 3rd and goal. And that is incomplete. On for the field goal now, it's Brandon Aubrey. This just a little more than a chip shot. 32-yard attempt. Aubrey's kick is good. And the Steelers will tie the game here in the 3rd quarter.
So touchdowns are always the primary goal of every drive. But when you find yourself down 3 here in the 2nd half, you've just got to find a way to tie the game up. And they were able to do that here.
This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. The Browns offense ready for their first possession of this 2nd half. They'll begin with 1st and 10.
Let's go. Ready?
Operating from the shotgun, it's May. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down. Here's May. Passing right side, and Chase has it. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. Trying to find some seam out there, but he will not. They get him behind the line, and 4th down is coming up.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
On 4th down, Daniel Whelan is on to punt. And he's going to lose yardage on this return. Tried to retreat, but is covered up. The Steelers offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. This will begin at their own 13-yard line. So work to do starting with this 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Irvin. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Here's 2nd and 2. Receiver in motion, headed left. A 2nd down throw for Richardson. This one complete right side. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
I'd like to see them do a better job here the rest of the game, Mike, just disguising the coverage from the pre-snap look to the post-snap look. And what I mean is, when you have a quarterback at this level, and what they see before the ball's in their hands is the exact same thing they see once they do get the ball, everything is just so much easier for them to process. Change the look, change the coverages, move your safeties. Make the quarterback have to process with the ball in his hand. What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
Throwing on 2nd down, Richardson. On the move, past the 40. And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. A tight end in motion now. A give, and here comes Williams. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. On play action, Richardson. The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
Goes without saying, Mike, you have to be smart with the ball, especially down here in the red zone. You're already in scoring position. And I understand they're trying to come away with a touchdown, but at the very least, come away with 3. Worst case scenario is you turn the ball over and you come away with nothing.
Now Richardson. That one taken in. Touchdown Steelers.
It just feels like a big drive, doesn't it, Mike? Here in the second half, you got a tie ball game. Now you're able to get out in front. Let's see how this other team responds, having to play from behind.
We got a ton of time, Greg, but a little momentum feel. Come out of the locker room, take the lead. Now it's up to the other team to climb uphill. So great way, perfect way to get this second half started. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's a touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. Off the play fake, here's May. Going for it all. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
I'm not going to sit here, Mike, and throw the guy a parade for ultimately what was an incompletion, but can we just take a second to appreciate the arm strength he was able to show there? I mean, I think that ball's over 60 yards in the air, and I would be surprised if they continue to just air it out and see if they can complete one of those.
He'll be brought down. It was a nice pickup, but a penalty flag on the play.
Holding.
Early
Offense.
indications of a hold.
On the jump. Let's go. Check. Let's go.
Back to the ground after the penalty. And their woes in the running game continue. He's going to be taken down behind the line.
Okay, ready?
One quarter remains here in this AFC wild card matchup. This is the NFL playoffs on EA Sports.
Ready up.
They need one right now. Third and long.
Reload. Set up.
May gonna look to throw. That's complete on the tight end screen.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
And he looks up and he's taken down right away. Maybe fortunate just to hold on to the ball as he was tackled immediately after hauling that one in.
Ready.
Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
They send him right out of the slot. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down.
Got it. Ready. Set. Ready. Alert.
Right back to Irving. And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. That's good enough for a 1st down.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
They send the tight end in motion. They'll go again here with Irving. And a strong 1st down run, a pickup of 9, setting up 2nd and short.
Let's go now.
Putting the tight end in motion. Short pass taken in by the tight end. They're trying to use that size to push forward, but it's not going to work. Defense strong up front. They're going to get him down behind the line of scrimmage. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. They'll run it. It's Irving. He will have the Steelers' 1st down. Won't be by much. He needed 3. He got 3. But the mark says 1st down.
In real time from up here, Mike, I couldn't tell whether or not he got it at first glance, but I think after seeing the replays we have up here, it looked like he and his blockers got just enough, and they're going to be able to keep this drive alive.
Here's a handoff to Williams. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. Second down and 8. Tight end going in motion here. On second down, Richardson. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
Big time opportune sack there by the defense. Mike, they're right on the cusp of field goal range. You can't allow this to become a two-possession ball game here in the fourth quarter. Massive third down coming up here. See if they can get off the field and get the ball back to their offense.
So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Work to do following the sack. It is third and long. They'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Trying for the old school coffin corner. That's pretty close out of bounds. They're going to mark it at the 5-yard line. Well done. This is 1st and 10.
Here we go, set, hunter.
From out of the gun, here's May. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's second down.
Ready, hunter.
Throwing is May. And that pressure too great. He's going to be sacked in the end zone. And that is a safety. Well, the quarterback just kept going back and back. And you're wondering, what's he going to do? And, well, there's the answer. He's going to give the defense 2 points.
Yeah, and you have to wonder, Mike, did he just lose track of actually how far he was retreating? And at some point, you think that ball's going to come out and he's going to throw it away and move on to the next down. But he didn't. And now the defense is going to take advantage and get 2 points.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
Ready, break.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Let's go.
Here's Irving. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's 2nd and 6.
Set. Set, go.
They'll run with Irving. The Browns going to use the last of their timeouts now. And they'll take it with just over 90 seconds left on the clock. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. They'll try to get this one on the ground. And he's going to be taken down here. Looks like a pretty good spot, though. Yes, he's got it. That's a 1st down.
Ready.
Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. So this one, a win for the visiting Steelers. As they are moving on. They got into the playoffs as a wild card. They get the win away from home in the opening round. Now they'll regroup and get ready for the divisional round next weekend. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we wish you a good night from Cleveland.